What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You guys join me with a really cool car today. This is my buddy Ahmed's at Autobahn Visuals 2014 BMW M5 Competition. As you can see, I have it parked next to the C63 here. This is kind of an impromptu video. We're taking some really cool photos and getting the cars together, and I figured I'd take the opportunity to show you guys his amazing M5. And apologies in advance for the audio quality and everything. We're kind of in a parking garage right near the highway. But taking a look at the front end of the F10, I think it looks very good. It's aged very well. There are a couple small aesthetic modifications on this car. You can see the carbon fiber front splitter there. They also have the gloss black kidney grills and the kind of the blue color for the radiator support behind there. This is not an LCI, so it does have kind of the older style angel eye headlights here, but they still look really good. Under the hood of the F10 M5 is the BMW's S63 engine. This is a 4.4 liter twin turbocharged V8. In the standard M5, I believe it made around 560 horsepower, and in the competition it makes 575, I believe. I think it has 502 foot-pounds of torque. This car, since it's a competition, is equipped with the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. There were two transmission options for the F10 M5. There was the 7-speed dual clutch, like I mentioned before, and then there was also a very rare 6-speed manual version that was only available on the non-competition models in the earlier model years, I believe. No modifications in terms of the engine or exhaust or anything like that, but like I said, it is a very stout power plant, a total beast of a motor. They still use this motor in the newer M5s, the F90 generation, but obviously with the newest M5, they're going hybrids. Moving around the side of the M5 here, you can see this is the competition wheel. You can see this does also have the carbon ceramic brakes behind there, absolutely massive calipers. Really nice looking wheels. You can see, I do believe the chrome trim on this car was also blacked out, so you can see along the window trim there, looks very nice. You have an M5 vent right there, which is very functional. Obviously, this V8 generates a lot of heat. And as we come along to the rear, actually, this is my favorite angle of the M5. I really like the way it looks back here. You can see the quad tailpipes, obviously, designating that it's an M5. You can see the blacked out M5 badge. Let's go ahead and hop inside the F10 M5 here. Go ahead and pop the door open. This car is optioned with the executive package, so it has the full black leather interior and all kind of the cameras and everything like that, which I'll show you guys in a bit. But you can see the nice wood trim on the door panel here, the aluminum door handle, obviously pretty basic in terms of 5 Series, but the M specific bits such as the M steering wheel right here look very nice. These seats are obviously full power and massaging, I believe, as well as part of the executive package. Hopping in the driver's seat of the M5, we'll go ahead and actually just put the car in accessory mode, and you're greeted by this beautiful gauge cluster, obviously M-specific gauge cluster. You have your analog dials right there and a kind of digital portion at the bottom here. As you can see, this car also has 110,000 miles, so very nice to see that this car is used and driven. Taking a look at the rest of the dashboard here, actually underneath you can see the various buttons for the driver assistance functions. Like I said, this car has the executive package, and as we move over to the right here, you can see a nice big screen for iDrive. I'm not sure the version of the iDrive here, but it is an older version. Obviously, there's no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto or anything like that, but still very nice, kind of easy to get around. You can see all the various menus and everything right there. Moving down the center console here, obviously this is all your controls for your radio preset and climate control. Obviously, this car also has the ventilated seats, which you can see by this button right here. And if we move a little bit further down, you have some storage under here and cup holders. And this is the control for the iDrive on the right, obviously, and this is the control for the 7-speed dual clutch automatic. You have various other buttons surrounding the gear selector here for the drive modes. I believe this one is for the shift speed. You can bring up the parking cameras and everything here. Obviously, the traction control, the suspension, and steering feel. You can actually go through the various menus. It'll bring it up in the gauge cluster here. So let's go ahead and start up the M5. I have the key right here. So we'll go ahead and put our foot on the brake here and press the start button. So as you guys can hear, this car sounds absolutely amazing. There's no rev limiter whatsoever. And this is the days before OPF filters and everything like that. So this car is just an absolute animal. But we'll go ahead and shut the door and check out the rest of the interior. With the executive package, it actually has soft closed doors here, so you can see it finishes the closing there. Right in front of you, you also have a full heads-up display right there. It has the speed info and the miles per hour. I do believe you can also have the rev counter and everything in that heads-up display specific to the M5. Show you guys a little bit more about this gear selector here because it is really cool. You can go ahead and put it up in the reverse like so, and obviously the full backup camera and the parking sensors. To put it in neutral, you just kind of have to put it back into its resting position. And if you actually want to go into drive, you go ahead and kick it over to the right just once. As you can see, 1 shows up in the center console, in the gauge cluster, excuse me. And like I was showing with the shift speed, you can actually go through and change the shift velocity, which is cool, like I said earlier. If you go ahead and kick the gear selector over one more time, it'll put you in manual mode. As you can see, the 1 shows up right there for the gear selector. You can go ahead and go through the first couple gears with the paddle shifters on the steering wheel. And there's actually no park mode in this gear selector. So actually what you do when you're done is just kick it over into neutral and pull the parking brake up. And when you shut the car off, it'll actually show a park logo in the gauge cluster there. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the back seat of the M5. As you can see, for the front driver's seat, I had a little bit farther back than normal for filming, but still a decent amount of leg room back here. You also have some sunshades with the executive package, and I believe with that package, it also gives you the quad zone climate control and heated rear seats back here as well. I believe this just has some storage, some storage in the center console here, and obviously some cup holders. But outside of that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick look at this beautiful 2014 BMW M5 Competition. Huge thanks to my buddy Ahmed at Autobahn Visuals for allowing me to film his beautiful M5. I'll go ahead and link all of his contact and social media information in the description box below. But if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.